Someone being sheltered all their life has been described in so many ways in the past. Comfortable, protective, for the best, warm, restrictive. But you know it's all out of a place of love, right? Just like Rapunzel, or Briar Rose, or the Miller's Daughter, the want for the outside can always be gained, at a cost. But that's just fairy tales. Stories told to children to teach them a lesson. An underlying motive unconsciously embedded into a reader's mind to keep curiosity within the bounds of society. When was the last time you read a book that told you a tiny bit more about the world around you? It sparks curiosity, doesn't it? But that's why fairy tales are so addictive to read. The rush of curiosity and wonder can encourage someone to push the boundaries of what they know is safe. But when you think about it, reality isn't safe, is it? That's why doors are left under lock and key. Why people are left within an arm's length. Because sometimes the journey from knowledge comes with a lot of consequences. Forget it. If anyone thinks like that, then no one will ever be able to explore. They're so scared of what they don't know that they refuse to expand their minds into new planes. So, keep reading, little one. Build that curiosity of yours. And let your wonder and lust for new things guide you into where your pages will ultimately lead you. Only then will your story begin. Mercury. You are sitting on the edge of the gardens in the archive. Although your outdoor task list has been quite short today, you've been sat out there for what seems like hours. All thanks to a tiny little fairy friend who's been helping you finish out your last few jobs, while picking up any flowers that she finds. And talking your ear off. Chrissy is sat on your wing, swinging her leg to and fro. And she's telling you some kind of story, but it's ran on for like so long that she's completely forgot what she's telling you about. So she's just sat there like...
And when my daddy told me that Mr. Squirrel had left us, he wouldn't leave us alone and he wouldn't live. So, he distracted him and I put a sunflower seed on the table and then Mr. Squirrel would like, he wouldn't catch me. And then he left us alone. The end.
This is so adorable. Well, that was a fantastic story, Chrissy. Are we almost done with getting your flowers?
So I was thinking, we've got a couple lilies, and we've got daisies and dandelions, and them one.
She points to a flower and it is a lavender.
That word's a bit big for me, I can't remember that one. But we've got those. I think they'll be enough. I think. Yeah, but we could make them pretty little hanging things to put on the table, on Mr. Squirrel's table, so that he doesn't get angry when I take his sunflower seeds.
Yes, maybe you should stop taking Mr. Squirrel's seeds as often. If he seems to get angry.
But it isn't that he gets angry. I just take them and he chases me and we play a fun game of tag until he takes it off me. Then I run after him and I chase him, but he doesn't let me take the sunflower seed back, so I just take another one off the table and we play again.
I see. I think I'm sure that there must be other games you can play instead of Tig. Have you not thought of maybe doing some sort of crafts with the scrolls?
Well, it's hard to do crafts with the squirrels because when they're not eating their nuts, they're trying to jump into people's houses. And I've tried to give them like pretty flower hangy things before, and so we can make them together. But their hands are too fast for me.
I see. Ashula, is there not any other fairies you can play with, Tig?
Well, here's the thing. In a game of Tig, they say that no wings are allowed, and hopping's hard. It's like run and hop at the same time. That's hard. So I have to use my wings.
And she's like, she tries lifting up her amputated leg and like swinging it at the same time as her full leg. Struggling, but it's cute.
I see. Well, I guess it's not going to hurt anyone. Oh. Fine. What have your parents said about your Tig?
Well, they say that I shouldn't do it as much and I should ask for permission beforehand. But I think if they didn't want me to play a Tig, they wouldn't have the food on the tip. No, I'm confused.
I feel like maybe playing Tig around dinner time is probably not the best.
I might play like... what can I play? We could play What's the Time, Mr. Grasshopper? That could be cute.
That sounds better, yes.
Okay, I'll play What's the Time, Mr. Grasshopper then, because that would be fun. And then Mummy and Daddy could play too. Yay!
And she just starts word vomiting about how she's going to play this game. You notice the sun starts to glisten on the waterfall that separates Corvatia and Specia. And it's almost too bright for you because of how low the sun is. And it forces you to avert your eyes away from the reflection and back to the list of stuff that you were supposed to collect for the archive. And you notice that at the bottom of your task list it says, Scholar Mercury, please don't forget to return to the archive before sundown. I shall meet you once you are finished. Regards, Professor Gregory.
Okay, Kishi, I think I need to get going now.
Oh, okay. I'm going to try and carry all of these flowers, and if they're too heavy, I'm going to bring a bag. I'll come back.
No, I can can help you take them first. I'll help you take them back to your village, and then I will get going.
Are you sure? Because I know your daddy doesn't kind of let you out of Corvatia much. I can carry them. I can get my daddy to come and help me.
No, we'll be quick. I can move quick.
Okay.
It doesn't take you long. For Chrissy, it takes about 5 minutes because she flies so fast. She's back there, and it's just basically you just catching up to Chrissy at the point. But you've been to Chrissy's house so much that you already know the way back to and back before. Like, it's like on the back of your hand. I'm forgetting my words, but we're getting there in the end. Yeah, it doesn't take you long to get from there and back, and once you are on the track back to the archive, it doesn't take you long at all because you've done it that many times. And after all of that, you are sitting back in your room and working on the translating tasks that Professor Gregory set you. It's been so calm lately in the archive. You've had no problems with Scholar Marco. Scholar Gillian has been praising your work with the Cover to Cover book club, and all of these scrolls and like texts that Gregory's given you, they're actually quite easy to translate, which is a lot better than you thought they were going to be. After you've deciphered one language and their speech patterns, you can easily decipher the rest. So there's only like 10 sentences left of the description. And with all your concentration, you lose track of time. And it doesn't take long for your candle to have about an inch of wax left on it. But the piece never lasts long before you hear a gentle knock on the door and a soft but stern voice ask, Scholar Mercury, are you in?
Yes. Come in.
You open the door and Scholar Gillian is stood there. You notice she's got some kind of white fur on her sleeves. Like on the sleeves of her jacket. And she's just saying, Professor Gregory told me to come and get you. Yeah, he told me to come and get you. He wants to talk to you quickly.
I hope the fur is like, I'm scared now. Actually, no, I'm no, this campaign's wholesome. I'm overthinking this. My brain went in a really like worried place for a second. Yes, I forgot how to word real. Yes, lead the way.
You both walk along to the office together, and you notice Gillian is sneezing quite a bit as she's making her way down. She doesn't want to mention it, but every single time she rubs her nose, she looks down at her sleeve and quickly tucks it back down to her side, trying to brush off the hairs on her sleeve unsuccessfully. It hasn't been long since the last time you were at Professor Gregory's office, of course. But it seems like the tone in Gillian's voice, you haven't really recognised that tone before. And there's something about her mannerisms you can't really put your finger on. You don't know if it was that or if it was just quiet, but it seems like the walk was a lot longer than it usually is. But you get there eventually. And so when you get back to the big wooden doors of Professor Gregory's office, she lets you do the honours.
Alright, well, Mercury obviously does a gentle little knock and then starts to open the door because obviously Professor Gregory's already expecting Mercury.
So you hear Professor Gregory just give it, come in. So you enter the room and Gillian quickly follows behind you. And your footsteps create like an echo that just resonates through the bookshelves lining the office. The professor is at his desk again and holding a piece of paper with a large chunk torn out of the top. He acknowledges your presence and tells you to sit down while while Gillian goes to shut the door and she stands guard in front of it, which is weird. And he gives this kind of hand gesture that you haven't really seen from Gregory before. But he takes a deep breath before speaking. Scholar Mercury, I'm glad to see you found my note. Thank you, Scholar Gillian, for bringing him over. I think you want to get your sleeve checked quickly. It's fine. Gillian nods in response. I was taking some time to look over your request for the basement again. Do you know that basement renovation you were talking about?
Yes, sort more of a nicer place for the book club, yes.
Yes, it sounds amazing, don't get me wrong. I'm absolutely loving all of the ideas you're bringing for the book club, and the work you're doing for Sirius is absolutely amazing. Thank you. But here's the thing: a lot of our decisions about the archive have like a train of inquiry that we have to like follow them through. And you have asked for quite a lot.
I see. My apologies. I didn't realize. I'm sorry.
Oh no, don't worry. In my opinion, you could do wonders for carrying out the teachings of Sirius. But I've been told that the Grand Circle in Pruisha, they need some more convincing before they approve.
Oh, I see. That is understandable.
It's completely my fault. Don't worry. It's not of what's there. It's that of the nature of who has brought across the request. And we publish a lot of our works across all of the different archives, across all of the different districts. But it seems that I've made a clerical error, and there is no research published under your name. I am so sorry. So to them, it technically could be argued that you don't have enough faith in Sirius to be trusted with such big a change. I am so sorry.
Wait, no. What does that mean? I do so much for science.
I know it's completely my fault. You do so much work with what you study. It's just a lot of our stuff has to go through this, and a lot of my clerical errors just completely get too much. I am trying my best. But I think I may have found a solution if you could agree to it.
And that would be...
Quite a few years ago, we had the opportunity to retrieve some more research, research some evidence. And the subject of that evidence went cold a couple of years ago, and we couldn't do it because the subject of what the research was about, they withdrew from the study. And this seemed like years ago, but it seems that Sirius has presented us with another opportunity to try again.
I see. So this suddenly just dropped out of nowhere.
From what we've heard, so yes. I was involved in this research, and our subject kind of didn't want to get involved with us anymore. It was quite confidential. They didn't really want to talk to us after the one line of conversations they gave us.
I see. What type of where would this be?
You notice he is holding a sheet of paper and he turns it round and faces it to you. And the paper reads, wanted, stolen property from the home of Rena's most about. Reward 150 gold. Come meet with Mother Rosanna after tomorrow's service for more details. And in the centre is a small drawing of a teddy bear.
Okay, so it's we have to retrieve an item and analyze it. I am confused.
Well, it's complicated. Scholar Gillian was found this post this morning, and she kindly brought it to my attention. So yes, the research was done inside of the home of Rena's most devout. However, they aren't that very. They don't really like asking for help, especially from us. They usually go to followers of Aris or Iona instead. It's not that they're not trusting, it's just that they have their preferences. But yeah, our research took place there, and the teddy bear was something that was mentioned, but we didn't get enough time to research it.
I see. Okay. Okay, so, okay, so, a teddy bear, that seems quite strange that they are so fixated on sorting this out. I'm guessing there's much more to it than sees to the eye.
Well, it's confidential. I can't really share much until you actually find it. And of course, you don't have to be involved if you don't want to be. But yes, it seems like the teddy bear was involved. We can't really follow the thread, and it seems weird that they're wanting it back.
Well, if this is the only way that they can trust me and make them believe that I am serious about my work with Sias, I will take this job on.
Of course, there are other ways. If you don't want to take this, it's completely fine by me. I know you don't spend that much time. Well, I don't let you spend that much time outside, so this would involve you actually going outside, leaving the archive for a bit, and travelling to the convent for Rena. But if you don't want to, I can always find another way. If this isn't.
No. I can do this. This would be good.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, I will take this job.
Okay. Scholar Gillian will help prepare you for this. If there is, it's actually quite ironic that this came on my desk this morning, since the language on those scrolls I gave you was correspondence between the archive and the Home of Rena's most devout. About, I can't even remember how many years ago. But yeah, there was correspondence then. so you might be able to read some of it. But yeah, Scholar Gillian will help you as much as she can. She will give you as much information as you need. If you need anything at all, you have your scroll. Get in touch with Scholar Gillian immediately. And I know, and I hate to say this, Scholar Gillian coughs quickly, and he nods at Scholar Gillian. I know, and I hate to say this, you will need to make sure you present yourself properly, since you are representing the archive, which includes having your eyes covered, sadly, and taking care of your wings.
Yes, of course.
I will make sure it's all okay. I don't want you to go if you're not comfortable. The last thing I want is for you to be completely uncomfortable in an environment which is quite a lot busier than what we deal with in the archive. We seek the public, but it's a lot more calmer in here. But yeah, I will make sure everything's ready for you. But yeah, all you need to do is do this for us. We don't need the money. We just need to see the teddy bear.
Okay. Thank you for this opportunity. I will try and honor Sias and make them proud.
Yeah. Any other? Do not worry about any of the other work. I think I'm just going to give it to Marco, to Scholar Marco. Sorry. He's been slacking again, and I need to get him to sort himself out. He thinks he can just bulldoze, and I'm not letting him do that. If you have any translation guides for him, I know his research isn't mainly on translation. That's usually you. Give him any translation guides you can. He's gonna need the help. But yeah. Hopefully this is enough to allow the Grand Circle to rethink their decision and approve.
I see. Yes, I think I don't normally leave many notes for my translations, but I will make sure to make some notes, especially for Marco, before I leave. Thank you again. And is there anything else I can do before I set off?
You just hear quickly. You hear Gillian sneeze in the corner of the room. And Marco and Professor Gregory goes, "Oh, Mercury, I have got a question for you. Could you check Gillian's sleeve quickly? Can you make a... Would this be... I will make a nature check for me."
Okay. I'm trying to think of which dice to use real quick. Because either way with that, let me go on my character sheet real quick. Alright, that was a 14.
Yeah, good enough. You notice that the hairs on Gillian's sleeve is short white cat fur.
Oh. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking this could be two culprits right now.
And
Alright,
Gillian just pipes up from the bottom. She goes, sorry, I think... I'm sorry, Professor Gregory. I think, we need to watch what animals come in here. I think I've just discovered that I'm allergic to cats.
Oh. That might be partially, that might partially be my fault. There is some cats who've been sleeping outside the archive lately. I may have given them a couple of treats. Well, yeah.
That's fucking adorable. That
Listen, I didn't know if it was. I'm instantly thinking. I think I know who this is, but like, I'm also thinking, Mercury likes to look after kittens.
That's adorable.
I should have asked if the cat was wearing shoes.
1 second. No, what? You know what? I'm gonna let Will tell you that little tidbit.
I knew Will did something. Instantly, I was like, I think I know who this is, but I'm just gonna say it. Just think it's Mercury's cat.
Gregory just goes, You met a cat? Scholar Mercury, could you, before you head back to your room, could you escort Scholar Gillian to the laundry room to get a new cloak? I think that one might need washing.
Of course.
Thank you. Good night. I will make sure Gillian will bring you over there tomorrow morning.
Thank you. And thank you again for everything. I will try and make the archive proud.
I'm sure you will, Mercury. And with that, you escort Gillian back to the laundrette, who quickly changes her cloak. She talks about how cute the cat was that she met, and how sad she is that she's found out she's allergic while she's changing her cloak with you. But after that, she escorts you back to your room. The scrolls that you were assigned have already been cleared from your desk, and you guess that they've been placed in front of Marco's room based off of the large groan you heard when you passed his room. But isn't it exciting? You finally get to leave the archive without having to sneak out. Sure, your social skills could need a bit of work, but for the first time, you can finally feel a sense of freedom and purpose. Your work finally might be seen by someone. So, while we linger on those thoughts, ready to greet the sisters of the home of Rena's most about, that is where we're going to leave the prologue.
I love that.
Marco's